Like, is this what privilege feels like?
And we're ready to go.
Let's do this. Let's go.
Yeah.
We back again.
We are back.
Back, boys, back.
Back streets back. All right.
Okay, that's what it is. I don't know the lyrics to it. That was not my jam.
That's all I know of the song.
No.
Yeah.
What's up, da-da-da?
What's up, y'all? We're back with another episode. What are we going to talk about today?
Is it? I thought it was just part 2 GBBO.
Yes.
Great
part
British
2.
Bake Off.
Yes. We are probably going to be talking about this show until it's done.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was the plan.
Yeah.
At least for me.
It's like the season's halfway through already. Can you believe that?
Already.
Yeah, they booted someone off on Friday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Well, since we've talked to you guys, 3 people have left.
Yeah. So
episodes.
That was, what's her face?
Rashika. My fabulous queen.
Yes. Her
Bread
hair,
Week daughter.
awesome.
Bread Week.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
Bread Week always like frustrates the heck out of people.
It is like it's everyone's struggles. I guess people just don't bake that much bread in real life.
Yeah.
And then we lost Maggie.
And Prue 2.0.
Other Prue. She was just having a rough go.
She was having a rough time. Like, I noticed some of the bakers that are older, like a few seasons ago, there was Diane. She was struggling, but she'd been baking for like 60 odd years.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And
then she got booted off pretty early in the show. And then Maggie, she's been baking forever. Mm-hmm. And she got booted off last week. Yeah. And then spoiler alert, Freya got booted off.
Our vegan queen.
I was so surprised.
I was too. And it's kind of, we're at the point where it's like, if you just had one bad week, you're gone.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Because they're all equally matched.
Yeah, like her, I knew she didn't do very well. Mm-hmm. George did not do very well. But his flavors were good.
Yeah, George is like, he's always just on the precipice of getting booted off, I feel. And
he literally by the skin of his teeth.
Barely, man.
I was expecting them to say his name. He was expecting them to say his name. But,
I think what hit Freya was because she is doing vegan. One of her bakes, she used a substitute and it just didn't work this time. Mm-hmm. And I think that was probably the one that sunk her. Yeah.
Watch. And next week is going to be vegan week.
I was so upset. Okay. So did you catch when they were doing German week? That was the most recent one. Uh-huh. Which, first off, Jurgen didn't get Star Baker, and I was like, that's just a slap in the face.
That is a slap in the face.
it was
Giuseppe again. Bye. My husband, he's leaving.
Bye, friend.
Bye.
You're already so loud. Sorry.
And then freaking Giuseppe, an Italian, got it.
David, clutch. And I loved the part when they were talking about their show bake, their showstopper. Mm-hmm. And Jurgen was just like, this is so strange. We wouldn't do a 3-tiered of this bake. It's like asking to do like a 3-tiered cobbler. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. And then Paul Hollywood's quip back was like, oh, we anglicized it. Sorry. And I was like, if that does not describe all of history, I don't know what does. We anglicized it. Sorry.
Yes.
Anyways.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then I love Jurgen.
He's so great. He's so
just
humble.
precious.
He was like,
he's a precious human being.
He was like, Giuseppe earned it. Let's go. Like,
yeah, he earned it. I think Giuseppe, he did really good. He's always on point with his flavors.
Yeah, he's just the man's skilled, so very skilled, and then he's always so clean in his work.
And Jurgen is too.
Yeah.
He's really precise and stuff. I think there was, I guess, a couple of weeks ago where I felt like he might have slipped a little bit.
Yeah.
Like maybe week 2, because he won Star Baker the first week. And so this week, or the next week after week 1, week 2, he kind of slipped a little bit, and I'm like, don't you start that, because I'm rooting for you and you can't be slacking. You can't slack.
Jurgen, you're my son. I believe in you. I'm proud, though. Oh, Jurgen. I think what are your predictions for Final 3?
Definitely Giuseppe. I get the feeling Giuseppe is going to make it to the end.
Yeah.
Giuseppe, Jurgen.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little...
I'm thinking Chigs.
Okay, Chigs has been pulling it out for me. You were good at predicting that. I was like, Chigs is a contender now.
Yeah, he's only been baking a year.
Yeah.
But he's killing it. He's doing really good.
He's been really improving.
It's like a tie, though, between Chigs and Christelle.
That's
for me.
what I was thinking. Christelle is definitely a big contender, too.
Yeah. I think Lizzie is a little bit too sloppy.
Yeah.
It's just a tad bit too sloppy for them. So I get the feeling she's probably going to, at some point, she's probably going to be booted out.
Her showstopper was the best one I saw out of all of them this week.
Yeah.
It had more decoration in it than I think a lot of them did. It was maybe a little busy, but I was like...
Yeah.
So I was surprised.
Yeah, I like her. I think she's hilarious. And I think her and Noel have this little friendship that...
They're kindred spirits.
They are. They really are. She's so dry. She's such a dry person, a dry humor. And I find it so funny.
I love dry humor.
I find it hilarious. And I know Noel does too. I think he admires that about her and likes to push her buttons. So, yeah, but I get the feeling she's probably going to be booted out soon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Lizzie and
George. Sorry. George. I almost said Robert.
George.
George. I get the feeling George is next. That's my prediction. Who's going to be sent home next week?
One of them's going to have to just be the worst week of their entire life.
Yeah, there's going to be a week where it's just going to suck, and he's going to just go. Yeah, because he's just his flavors might be good, but he just comes up short so many times, especially on style.
He's kind of messy.
Yeah, he's really messy. And even sometimes his flavors aren't that great. He does underdone stuff. He doesn't cook it all the way and all that. So, and Paul's that's raw. Yeah. That's raw. It's raw.
I hate him every week. Where is he getting this freaking fake tan from? Where are you getting this tan,
it's
Paul?
A spray tan,
I know
bro.
it's a spray tan, but it just, I'm so annoyed by him.
It's just an odd thing because he's so orange.
He's on Trump levels of orange almost.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it might be an expensive tan because it's not awful. No. It's just not a full-on natural color for him.
No, you're you just look him in the face that is not your natural color in any sort of way. Especially being as old as you are. He's not all that old. He's a rough 50-something.
I think he's probably early 50s.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think he's early 50s.
I'm there's, especially if you live in the UK, you're not getting that much sun, my dude. It's just one shade lighter, sir, in your spray tan. God, I hate him so much. Whatever. And he's always I don't know.
And Prue, I feel like Prue just is not as soft as Mary Berry was.
Oh no, she's not at all.
Prue, I like Prue just because she will tell it how it is, and but the thing is, I loved Mary Berry because she was just so soft. She just became a dame.
She's a dame, yeah.
I was like, oh, Mary became a dame.
Getting the respect she deserves.
She looks so pretty in her dress, and I loved it.
No, we have to refer to her as Dame Mary Berry.
Dame Mary Berry. But I miss her. Bottoms. I miss her, and I miss crap. What are their names?
The other hosts?
The other hosts, like the
Sue
first one,
Mel.
Sue and Mel. I loved them.
I've seen them in other things. I'm just like, oh, you're back. And they're lovely and so, like, funny. Mm-hmm. There was some special that Sue was on that my mom and I watched. It was, like, on PBS. Where she was just, like, doing a travel show. And I'm like, I just love her.
Yeah, I think she has a travel show.
Yeah,
I think she does that. Like, I think that's probably what she does now. One of them, I thought, was diagnosed with a brain tumor.
What?
Yeah.
I don't keep that much. I don't keep tabs
think maybe
on
it was Sue.
I don't know.
One of them. I thought one of them, like, was diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Oh.
Like, I was reading an article kind of like why they left the show. Mm-hmm. And, like, I came across something that said that she had been diagnosed with cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? No. But
I just we don't even have to go into that.
But I love Noel.
I do love Noel.
I really like Noel.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the other guy? What's his name? I'm having a brain fart.
Is it Matt?
Matt.
Is it Matt?
Yes, it's Matt. He's starting to kind of grow on me. I think he's funny. Like, he has funny-ish moments.
Yeah.
I like when he talks German. Like, he's actually, like, super good at it.
Yeah. He must have taken German in school or something.
Yeah, he must have taken lessons or something. But
yeah.
He's starting to kind of grow on me.
Yeah, I think he needed to figure out his place.
Yeah, I think he might be kind of, like, mellowing out. I think at first he might have been, like, overcompensating, or because no one really wanted him on the show, I think.
Well, Noel's the one who put him up for it.
Yeah. Oh, really? He did?
Yeah, Noel's the one who requested
him?
He was like, oh, he'll be great fit for this. Mm-hmm. But I think for the viewers, we're like, what? Sandy's gone. What are you doing here, bald man? Who are you?
They did, at the beginning of the show, the opening credits, I guess. They did that music number.
I was like, I don't even know what this reference is. I was like, what is happening?
Like, I don't know this. I don't know these people that they're trying to, like, mimic.
Until I was like, I don't understand this reference. Like,
but I thought it was kind of funny.
It was kind of great. I was like, okay.
And then Prue comes out and
Prue
unplugs them. I thought that was funny.
That was pretty good. I still have no reference for anything that's going on.
I don't either. I don't. Like, I knew the first one, like the first episode. The achy breaky heart kind of thing. Billy Ray Cyrus with the mullet, but I didn't get this one, but I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, half the time I don't super get what they're doing in the opening. I'm like, okay, I'm just here. Like,
yeah, and I like what Jurgen said because it was Christelle who asked him, like, what's break a leg, or what do you say before you? What do you say in German before you start something? And he's like, you break your leg in your neck.
Yeah, I was like, a classic German way. They just took it to another extreme. Like, love it.
And they're like, oh.
Okay, I'm like, no, using that now before every show.
Break a leg and a neck.
You like break a leg and something. I was like, ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I think Jurgen. I was kind of upset that he didn't get it, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah. Well, he's like, I didn't know, like, because his cake in the second one, the chocolate cake, he's like, I don't really eat chocolate cake. I don't really make it.
Yeah.
And so he's just like, but he did okay. He got what, 4th? I don't remember, like 4th or 5th. And then Giuseppe got that one, I think.
Yeah, Giuseppe was just killing it.
He was killing it.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to have an Italian week.
I feel like they choose one country per season.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right. Because they did... What did they do? They did Indian... Well, maybe not Indian. Maybe not. They did like Indian sweets one season. Okay.
I know last season it was like Japan, but they did nothing Japanese the entire episode, and I was just pissed.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I was like, that's Chinese! Like, none of this was Japanese. There's a panda. There are no pandas are Chinese.
That's
what
true. That's true.
I was like, I can't. Anglicized everything. I was just like, yes. Oh yeah, it's the white version of whatever they think this is, essentially. Or not the UK version of whatever they think it is.
Yes,
kind of like the 3-tiered. I don't remember what the cake it was they're making for the showstopper, but they're like, yeah, Jurgen's just like, we don't do this. I don't understand.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we anglicized it. Yeah,
obviously. God. Anyways.
Yeah, I guess it's the Great British Baking Show, so I guess they gotta kind of put their little British into it.
Not necessary, but okay.
Yeah.
I saw this, it was like an article, and it was just like a list of tweets of people, just like funny tweets about the Great British Baking Show.
Uh-huh.
And so it was just like, I love how whenever they have like people on and the judges are just like, wow, it's so amazing that you put a spice in this. I'm like, yeah, man. Like spices are out there.
Spices are in.
Yeah. like, oh yeah, oh cool, you put cumin in this. You're like, yeah, it's great. It tastes great. Use it more often, my dude. Like,
I don't know. I guess I'm a little that way just because sometimes I don't even put salt and pepper in things. Like when I cook.
Oh.
I know. I'm a weirdo. I don't think about it.
See, yeah. No. Couldn't be me. Just, you know, my family and my mom and her cooking is always over peppered. Like, if you're not seasoning something, you're doing something wrong in the kitchen. Is essentially what happens. No, like my grandma, like she doesn't really season her stuff either. Like the most she does is salt.
Mm-hmm. I try to make it. The operative word, try to make things really flavorful, so I don't have to.
Flavorful in what way?
Like not pepper and salt. Like maybe other spices.
So you are spicy.
Well, like I use spices, but I don't really use salt and pepper.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay. I mean, like you are using spice though. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I'm using some spice. Like if I feel like maybe it's kind of bland, I'll choose anything other than like salt and pepper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper is just like the base for me.
Yeah.
And then it's whatever else I have in the kitchen. I'm like, man, that feels good.
Yeah. And Chinese cooking, because we cook a lot of Chinese food, we don't really use pepper. Yeah, like we'll use salt every once in a while. He uses salt a lot, but I try not to use as much salt. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I was always so worried that salt is just bad.
Yeah.
So I don't really use a whole lot of it.
I mean, if it's not necessary, it's not necessary.
Mm-hmm. So, and sometimes like one time I made something and I didn't put any salt in it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of bland, but I'm okay with it. Like, I'm fine with not adding anything. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, it's bland. Like, it's like, ugh. And so he just like doused it in salt and pepper. I'm like, it's all right.
Yeah, it also, I guess it depends on how your palate has developed.
Yeah.
Because my aunt also, like, she doesn't really season her food, like, ever. So every time I would eat over there, I would be like, so you, like, every time, for every meal, I'll be like, when I lived with them, I was like, can you please pass the salt and pepper? To the point, and no one else ever did that. Mm-hmm. Like, no one else used the pepper. They would maybe use the salt. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I'm just so used to having, like, not heavy spice, but, like, you're going to have spice in everything you eat sort of thing. Mm-hmm. that they just kind of left it at my spot every time. They're like before I could even ask, they was right there in front of me. Yeah, I just prefer a little more flavor, a little more spice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah. Yeah, I made like a chicken spaghetti this week. And I used like red pepper flakes in it. And I was like, because I'm like, I always need a little kick.
Yeah.
To what I eat. But
that sounds good.
It's really good. It's a really easy recipe because it's like, you don't even make a sauce. It's just like chicken, sun-dried tomatoes, regular tomatoes, and spinach. And you just kind of let it, like the juices come out of the tomatoes. And then you add your noodles. And it's it.
That sounds
super
good.
light. I'll just send you the recipe.
Yes, please do. It sounds so good. Yes, I love Pinterest so much.
It's helpful.
Yeah, I enjoy going through it. Next week is my week to cook, so I'll probably be going through my Pinterest.
Yeah.
Trying to find some recipes. I was really bad week before this one, and I just got really busy, and so like I couldn't cook a whole lot that week, and like I got everything I needed to make stuff. So like, but he's like, I don't want to make it. I'm like, fine. So I'll probably start making a bunch of stuff that I got the last week.
Yeah.
So
when you say it's your cooking week, how often do you cook that week?
probably every day.
Really?
Like sometimes if we have leftovers, I'll be like, heat up leftovers. I don't want to cook. But I've been trying to really cook stuff. And like, I'm starting to kind of figure out portions now, so we don't have as many leftovers.
Yeah.
Because I made spaghetti squash, and we still have leftovers.
Oh wow!
Like we froze it, so we could like continue eating it. I'm like, cause I got two spaghetti squashes, and I didn't realize that how much stuff I could get out of them. I probably should have just stuck with one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's either you feed yourself or an army.
Yeah. So like I think I'm starting to kind of figure it out now, like how much I need to make, and because I'll take it for lunch too, as well. So I've been trying to figure out that kind of thing, but I might start recycling some recipes because I just don't want to have to like spend a lot of time researching new stuff.
Oh yeah, no, you have your staples and then throw in a new one or two new ones. That seems about right. Yeah,
like I found this recipe that I really want to try, and I have everything I need for it. It's eggplant. It's a Chinese dish, and it's like eggplant and pork.
Oh, okay.
Ground pork. And it looks really good, and it's like an actual like staple Chinese dish. I just need to make it. I'll probably do that either tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the eggplants last weekend.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, hopefully. they've been in the vegetable drawer of our fridge.
Okay.
So that kind of keeps them fresh.
Yeah.
So I just got to check them. But I might try to make another batch of zuppa toscana.
Oh, good. So good. Use some French bread.
I love whatever it is. But yeah, that's how things go in our house.
Yeah, I kind of cook once a week, and then that's what I'm eating for the rest of the week. Yeah,
that's smart.
Single life.
That's smart. I wish I had done that like more whenever I was single, just because it would have kept me from having to get fast food.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Because for lunch, I'll either bring, I'll make something like a sandwich or something for lunch. It just has, that sort of thing for snacks. And then for dinner, I'll have whatever I cooked the night before. So, for that week. That being said, I need to figure out what I'm making this week. It depends. I know what my mood is yet.
Yeah. I keep forgetting today's Saturday and not Sunday.
Yeah.
Because we usually record on Sunday.
Yeah. We switched it up this time.
Yeah. We switched it up.
Yeah.
But
my brain went blank. I was thinking about something.
Yeah, same.
And then it was gone. It's been a long week.
It has. It's been long for me too.
Yeah.
But you got to go on vacation, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I did. I went on a very quickly planned trip to Florida to go to Universal Studios and Disney World.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
It was amazing. It was magical. I was telling my friend, because this was her second time going to Disney World. Mm-hmm. And I think she'd been to Harry Potter. She'd been before. Mm-hmm. And I like the only amusement parks I've ever been to were Six Flags and Astro World when that was a thing. Mm-hmm. Forever ago, which will tell you our age. You guys know, but like
I don't remember Astro World at all.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we went like the year before they tore it down.
Okay. I've only ever been like whenever I was a kid, we only ever went to Six Flags.
Okay. Yeah. Astro World was closer for us because it was in Houston.
Right, yeah.
Dallas would have been 3 hours away than just like hour and a half. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a school trip as we went to Astro World. But I'm like, I like roller coasters, but I don't want to spend the whole day on roller coasters. I'm like not a big ride person. Mm-hmm. Though I enjoy some of them. I don't want to spend my whole day there. And like my whole concept was just like, for any amusement, it was just like, yeah, I'm going to go there and stand in lines and go on a roller coaster. Yeah. And that's my whole day. But it was just like so much better. It was just like set because I was just so impressed with like how they built everything. Mm-hmm. And like you're just stuck in this world. Like we went to Diagon Alley at Universal and it was just like, holy crap, there's Gringotts and the dragon. Yep. And like we went and got wands and a robe. Like I got a robe. Nice. I was just like geeking out the whole time.
So did you get like a whole park pass?
For Universal, we just did the one park. We didn't go to the second park that apparently had Hogwarts. I didn't do any research before we went, which I should have. I was just kind of relying on my friend because she mainly wanted to go. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of like was like, I have extra days. Yeah. And I was like, I just don't have any expectations. And that was like just a rough week for me anyway. So I was like, I'm just going to plan to pack and go and figure it out when we get there. Mm-hmm. And plus, we're doing it very quick. Mm-hmm. Like, we did one day each park. Okay. So, one day at Universal, the other day at Disney. So, we just did Diagon Alley, which I have a bone to pick. So, we wanted to get on the Gringotts ride. Okay. It was like Escape from Gringotts, like when they're in the bank and they escape with the dragon ride that they had. And the minute we walked up to the line assistant was like, all right, ladies, like looked at us, was like, all right, ladies, you need to go check out if you can fit in the ride. Mm-hmm. And they had like the seats kind of like off to the side where you can test to see if you would fit on the ride. So we tested it out and we weren't like, and it was like you push it down until you get a green light to know, because the sign said this ride is not compatible for all dimensions. Oh. So we get on, and then another line attendee came up to us and was like, and we're like, we don't know if we're going to be able to fit. And she was like, look, this is our smaller ride, like our smaller seats. If you go on these two specific rows, those seats are a little bit bigger. You might be able to fit. She's like, and she was only like a little bit smaller than us. We were both very curvy people. And she was only like a little bit smaller than us. She's like, look, this ride is just meant for anyone. This ride was just not made for people with curves and for hips. But I'm able to like squeeze myself into these rows. They're a little bit bigger. I think you'll make it. So we stood in line for an hour. And we finally got on the ride and told the lady like, hey, can we get on these rows? She's like, go ahead. And we get in. And it would not safety click. What? We got kicked off. And I was pissed. Yeah. Because I was like, what the fuck? We had the whole time we were there in Universal and in Disney World, we had no problems getting on any other ride. None whatsoever. We went on the Revenge of the Mummy ride, and we had to kind of do a little bit of adjusting to get it to safety click, but we still were able to safety click in and be fine. Uh-huh. And like even in Disney, no problems in any other rides we were on.
Uh-huh.
It was this specific one. And I was like,
What?
did J.K. Rowling herself design this? Because it feels like some shit thing she would do.
What?
I was so mad. And like from what my friend was telling me, not the friend I went on a trip on, another friend was telling me, she was like, even she, I mean, she's a little bit smaller than me as well. And she's like, even she, like all the rides she went on, because she been to Universal Disney several times. She's like, sometimes I have trouble herself getting a ride. And it was just something I did not even think about when we went on our trip.
It's because it's not something you think about.
No, I'm like, I'm here to have a fun time. Like, I don't think, oh yeah, they've designed this for small people. And it's like, it was just so frustrating. And I was like, even if we did go on the other park ride, I was like, I don't even know. I was kind of over it. I was like, I don't want to go on any rides. Like, I just want to do the little, like, just do the shopping around and looking around and then go home.
That can ruin a trip.
I was pretty pissed for a while. After that we went and got wands, and I was like, we did the whole wand experience where they take you in the back room and the lady like chooses the person.
Wand for you or whatever.
Yeah, and it was so cute because there's like a dad and then like a little, she was like 12 or 13 and they were the cutest thing. Just like they were both geeking out, and the dad was just like recording because she was the only kid in our group, so she got picked to do like the wand thing. And it was just so cute to watch them.
Aww.
So great. Aww. And I'm like, oh, you're so precious.
Yeah, like, because I've been to Universal.
Yeah.
And I went to the other park with Hogwarts.
Okay, yeah.
And the candy store.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's Hogsmeade, right?
Hogsmeade, yes. It was so cool.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We actually went into Hogwarts. There's a ride in Hogwarts.
See, okay. My dad told us to go on that ride, but he wasn't clear that was the ride we were supposed to go on, because I thought he meant the Gringotts ride. Because right after he was like, oh, you have to go on the Harry Potter ride. And then he mentioned the goblins. So I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be on that one.
The Gringotts, yeah. Well, like there's Hagrid's Adventure. Okay. And then there's the actual Hogwarts ride in Hogwarts. It's like a 3D thing.
Ooh.
So you sit down in a seat and they strap you in and like they shoot you off, and then it's like you're like moving back and forth side to side, and it's like you're flying with Harry and Ron, and it's really, really neat. I had a good time. That was a lot of fun. I went on it twice.
Really?
But like people were getting sick on it.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like it's moving you around. And like the first time we got off of it, we walk out and like there's this lady on the ground just like she's like fanning herself. She's like, oh. And it was clear that she had puked. Oh. Yeah. And like there were a few other people who were like sick from it. And I'm like, what's going on with y'all? This was fun. Okay? This was fun. And Eugene's like, yeah, I'm not going on that ride again. Like he was fine. He just didn't want to go on it again. Yeah. But I'm like, I'm going again. And the line was not long. We got there early enough. Like the line was not long at all. And so we went on there. I went on there again. This is so fun. And and we went on the Jurassic Park one. And we waited in line for like over an hour for that ride.
Yeah, those lines be killer.
I'm like, ugh, gross.
Yeah.
And we did the Kong ride. There's a King Kong ride.
Okay.
And that was okay. It was a lot like the Harry Potter one, except you're in a truck and you're like going side to side, and it's all 3D.
Okay.
And it was okay. It wasn't as fun as the Harry Potter one.
Yeah. I mean, come on. It's Harry Potter.
Yeah. And we did the candy store. The frogs, the chocolate frogs, they were expensive.
Everything in there is expensive.
I'm like, God, I want everything, but I don't know if I want to shell out the money for all of it. I could probably find it online for cheaper.
Yeah, no, right, but it won't be authentic.
Yeah. Do you know they have a Universal Studios in Beijing, China?
That feels about right.
Like it's brand new. They just opened it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they have Harry Potter World.
Of course they do.
I was like, yes.
What are we visiting? Hey, fam, we're going to Universal.
Bye. Just got here, going to Universal. Bye.
I wonder what other attractions, because at Universal they had like The Simpsons, Transformers, Jurassic, like all that. We went on the Men in Black ride as well. But I wonder what the Beijing, like if they have different.
They have a Kung Fu Panda.
Oh my god, I would flip out.
Yeah, they have a Kung Fu Panda world at the Beijing one. I don't know if there's one at the one in Florida. I don't remember seeing anything. But yeah.
Okay.
And they actually serve like noodles and stuff there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they have a little restaurant. Yeah, they have a restaurant replica.
If I saw the dad, I'm like, oh my god.
Yes.
I love you.
I've only seen one of the Kung Fu Panda movies.
Really?
I've seen like the third one with the Jade. Like the.
You saw the third one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of got the gist of everything.
Yeah.
But I was watching it with a friend. She put it on for her kids, and I was just sitting there with the kids watching it like that.
They're fun. I like them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the first two.
The first one's my favorite, I think. What's the second one about? I don't remember what the second one's about at all. The third one's like the peacock, and he finds his family. Right?
Yeah.
Man, no.
Well,
clue.
the third one, the third one is the bull guy. He gets all of the cheese, like the jade pendants.
Maybe the second one is the one I'm thinking of.
Or am I thinking? Is there a fourth one?
Shoot, I don't even know. I'm not a Kung Fu Panda's expert. I don't know Kung Fu Panda world.
Yeah, like the one that I watched, he found his panda family.
I think the last one I watched was the Panda Family one.
Yeah, and they rolled everywhere.
So cute. Who else would? I would love that. It's a great place to be.
But tell me more.
Oh,
about your
trip. So Disney was absolutely mind blowing for me. I was just like, wow. Like, it's just, so we did only 2 parks. We did Magic Kingdom, which is like the main park with all the castle and the princesses and all that. And Mickey was there. And then we went to Hollywood Studios, which is where Star Wars is. And I did not expect, because I'm not like a big Disney person. Like we've talked about, like I'm not a big Disney head. But it was just like, I don't know. I was just blown away by everything. There was like a moment because we got to the park and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go all in on this. And I got like the Mickey Mouse ears and it's their 50th anniversary. Oh, yeah. So they had all that stuff rolled out. So I got like the 50th anniversary ears and it's like purple sequins and then like a big gold bow with like diamonds in it. And I was like, that's extra enough for me. And like I had gotten that, and then I also needed like something to carry something, so I got like the Minnie Mouse backpack, and I just like stupid. I was having a great time. I was like, I'm going all in on this Disney experience, but we were like all geared up, and I had we got Starbucks because we didn't have breakfast when we got there. We got there in the morning. And I was walking around with like my pumpkin sweet cream cold brew in hand, walking around Disney. And I was like, is this what privilege feels like? I was like, is this what you white people feel all the time? I was like, oh my God. And like the staff, people are like super nice. Like we're walking around and like random staff people are like, what'd you get at Starbucks? What? Can you do that? They're like, I'm so jealous. Like, that's like the staff members, the regular staff members. They're like, oh, we're so jealous. They're like, I don't know what's happening. Like, and they were just like so nice. I was like, is this what it feels like to be privileged? But it was fantastic. Like, we actually, the minute we got there. They were telling there's like these staff members like, get off the street, move out the way. And we're like, what the frick's going on? And then all of a sudden we hear the music happening and we realize like the floats are coming by with Mickey and Minnie and like Donald and Goofy, all of them just in the rides. And then like they have the dancers in the front who are just killing the game, but they're like the ribbons just like dancing.
How many times a day do they do that?
It was often. I don't know. It was a lot because we saw them pass by at least twice.
Oh wow.
And then later we just happened to be there when the princesses came by, and I did not think that I was gonna lose my shit, but I lost my shit a little bit when I saw Belle and Tiana and Mulan. I was like, holy shit, it's them! Like, I was like, it's Belle. A little bit. I was just like, oh my god, they're there.
Now you know what a kid feels like.
Apparently. I was like, what is happening?
Childhood, come back.
Belle, come back. I love you. So that's like the only Disney princess I had growing up was Belle. Yeah, and then Tiana, of course.
Yeah, Tiana.
I was like, oh my god. It was great. I had a fun time.
It looks like you had such a fun time. I saw all of your pictures that you posted on your stories. Yeah. I'm like, oh, it looks like she's having such a ball. I love it.
I know. I like didn't tell anybody outside of my family, so I'm pretty sure my friends like on like my Instagram were just like,
where are you at?
Frick, Bethany. They should just run off.
Yeah, then, I messaged you. I was like, did you tell me that you were going?
I don't know.
Because I couldn't remember. I was like, I'm glad she's going. I was like, that sounds like so much fun. But I was like, did she mention that? Should I remember that stuff?
No, it's fine. I hardly remember most things. I probably would have told you if it came out in conversation at some point in time, but I think
it was so last minute. You just went,
because it was like the week before. I was just telling my friend, I was like, I have some PTO that I need to use, and she's like, how soon? I was like, well, I guess whenever I want. Yeah. And she's like, we're going next week. I was like, wait, what? She's like, I've already planned it. I was like, okay. I was like, this was a 2-second conversation and we already have a plan. So, yeah. And then freaking Star Wars. I kind of lost a little bit of my shit when we saw Star Wars. I was like, because the first thing I saw when we got there was the giant AT-AT. I was just like, holy crap, it's real. I was like, if I saw that in real life, I would shit my pants. Like, I'm dead. Like, I was like, holy crap. And we did one right there, which is the Star Wars tour. And I was like, you're on like a tour, and then you have like the story that we got was you're on a tour with C-3PO and you and you get targeted by the Empire because you have a rebel spy on my trip, and they choose a random person in the cabin, and it happened to be my friend. I was like, I always knew you were a spy. I knew you were to get us in trouble. And so like the ride is like you're escaping Darth Vader and the stormtroopers, and it just kind of like jostles you around in it, but it's fun.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
It was really fun. And then at one point C-3PO was like, I guess you guys are all part of the Rebel Alliance? Like, I guess so. I was just here for a tour. But they had like all the ships out, and they had the Millennium Falcon out. We did it. There were like a couple rides, but they were just so long. The one of them was like, you had to queue up at 7 a.m. virtually to even consider being on the ride.
What?
Yeah, it was wild. And then you had to be there in a minute. It's like almost like when you sign up for classes in college, and you have to be there right when it opens to get the class you want. Yeah. It was kind of like that. Wow. Or even like K-pop concert tickets. Yeah. But it was cool. I had a great time. And we saw the stormtroopers, and we saw Rey and Chewbacca who were out. I love the stormtroopers though, because they're just kind of standing there pacing menacingly, and then every once in a while I'll be like, move along. I'm like, all right.
Like, okay, pushy. Gosh.
Jeez Louise, who are you?
How was Hollywood Studios?
It was great.
It was good.
I loved like the Main Street was so fun, and that's where they had a lot of like the shops and stuff. So I got like a Baby Yoda shirt. Yes. Baby Yoda.
Show me the baby.
I want to see the baby. Anyway, it was cool. My friend went on the tower here. I like rides fine. I just don't like the big drop. That's the part that I hate the most.
Oh, yeah.
And Tower of Terror is all drop. So.
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
We did go on Haunted Mansion. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that one.
That sounds like fun. I've always heard stories like people having so much fun at Disney World. I've never been.
I would encourage everyone to go.
That might be my next full-on vacation. Drag my husband along. Let's go.
You're gonna have to, because we only did it in a day, so we didn't get to see a lot. So my other friend not the one I'm on a trip, but another friend, her family, they're all of them are Disney people. They're Disney adults to a T. They go every year and they stay a week and like hit everything and just
take their time.
Yeah.
I want mouse ears.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to, I just want to experience it all. Maybe for my birthday.
Absolutely. You're going to turn 30?
My dirty 30 at Disney.
Heck yeah. I'm into it. Go. You need to go. I would suggest. And like, I was telling my family, like my brothers were asking me about it. And I was like, I would love to go like as a family unit because we all love Star Wars. I was like, it'd be so much fun. Lightsabers together.
That would be fun.
I do like the whole experience where you pick out the crystal and all of the like a whole ceremony thing. And my friend was telling me, the Disney friend, she was telling me like apparently they do like a special thing where like at night they will open the park up for people who got lightsabers made to like go and like battle it out and like take pictures in the park. I was like, what? I was just imagining me and my brothers just fighting in our hotel rooms. You know what Raleigh that's gonna get? I was like, we would lose our shit. Like be causing problems.
Yes.
And I could just imagine, especially my little brother, just like going around and just like having a great time. I think it'd be fun.
Oh man. Yeah. You were having a ball. I could just see it.
Oh yeah. I was like ready. I was like, I don't care about anything. I don't care what I spend, which I actually spent a lot less than I thought it was going to. I was like, I had a budget, but I was like, I'm not going to spend that much.
Yeah.
I also had trouble bringing it home. So
yeah.
What would fit in my suitcase? In my backpack.
Yeah, I gotta stuff all that stuff in there.
Yeah, the big part for me was the robe for some reason. That would cause a lot of stress.
I would have like folded a bunch of my clothes inside of it.
Yeah,
and put it at the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like with like, now we're talking about packing, but like with my backing a suitcase, I always lay like my pants and like the thicker things out, so they kind of line the bottom, but a little bit hangs out, and then roll up really tight the rest of my stuff, like my shirts and stuff, and then I fold
the pants over. Yeah, that's smart.
I saw it on Pinterest as usual.
Yeah, I usually pack well, and then like the day before we have to come back home, like before we get back on the plane or something, I'll repack. I'll just take everything out and like put my dirty clothes like to the side in like a bag and make a little space for it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I typically, it depends on where I'm at, but like I'll do like the whole take everything out, put it in the drawer sort of thing. There's space. And then repack everything when I'm done.
Did y'all stay in a hotel near the parks?
Yeah, there's like a Holiday Inn in between both parks. And they lied to us. They said they had shuttle service. They did not. So we had an Uber everywhere. Like we were at the, like it said in the, like on the thing, like we have shuttle service from the airport. We're at least to the airport and back. We tried calling their number. Even the front desk, no one picked up. So we had an Uber.
What?
And yeah, it was just really annoying. And then like they did have shuttle service to the parks, but it was like they only they only dropped you off when it opened and picked up when it closed. I was like, okay, that's convenient. I'm like, really not.
I remember like on our honeymoon, we went to Florida. We went to Universal.
Yeah.
And like the hotel was supposed to have a shuttle service.
Yeah.
From the airport.
Yeah.
They didn't have one.
Where did you guys stay?
We stayed. Where did we stay? I can't remember at the top of my head where we stayed, but we stayed at like a actually like decent hotel. Yeah. That said, I think but they said they had a shuttle service. But no, Not from the airport.
Yeah, what is the deal? I don't know if it's like a COVID thing that they're like, but they need to take it off the site. So
well, like we were also supposed to get there a little earlier so we could get a rental car. And the rental car place closed right when we arrived.
What?
So we booked a car for that day. We didn't get it.
Oh.
And then we were looking for a shuttle service to take us to our hotel, and we looked on the website. They said they had it. We went to the shuttle place at the airport, and they're like, "Yeah, no."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What the hell are we supposed to do?"
Yeah, I was like, "You just left here."
And so we had to get a lift. And they took us to our hotel, and like we had to get a rental car the next morning that wasn't our car. Man. The one that we asked for.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it was stupid. It's stupid. It was a hot mess.
Yeah.
Like as soon as we arrived, we had problems. And I'm like, this is stupid.
I don't understand what travel has to be so complicated.
Yeah. I don't know. We arrived at like 5:30 in the afternoon, and everything was closing. So
okay, you're at an airport.
Yeah.
What? I don't.
It was stupid.
Okay, that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Anyways,
like we legit walked back and forth in the airport, trying to find a place that would take us, or like find something that would take us to our hotel. Nah.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, and we got there like at midnight. Like we took a night flight over like the night before. So even that was just like,
yeah,
it was just annoying. But thank goodness for Uber and Lyft being available. That we'd have to take a taxi, which would have been more expensive.
Yeah, taxis are like stupid expensive.
Yeah, but
yeah, and you have to tip them.
Yeah, I mean tip Uber.
You can tip Uber, but like I don't know, taxis just aren't as, I guess, high tech as Uber. You have to give them cash most of the time.
Oh, I never carry cash, so
I don't either.
That
would have been a problem.
Yep, but my bad, guys. I don't have.
Sorry.
I'm a millennial. It's all online for me.
I guess some taxis probably have card machines, but
yeah,
the ones I see are. Nah. I barely ever see a taxi anymore around here.
Yeah, taxis aren't really big here.
Yeah, I think Uber and Lyft are the thing here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's some at the airport, but
yeah, I think
not as many as you think anymore.
You commonly see them.
Yeah.
Uber's kind of kick that out. There was one. We had to get an Uber back because my mom dropped us off at the airport, but we didn't have a ride coming back from the airport. And we got on the Uber. We had to get an Uber, and we're in the car, and the guy said something. We're like, what? He's like, I know Uber tells you to wear a mask, but you don't have to wear one in my car. We both kind of looked at each other and looked at him. We're like, okay. And left him on and said nothing the rest of the ride. We're like, okay, Aunt, I don't know who you are. Now I'm even more concerned being in this car.
Yeah, I feel weird not wearing a mask out in public anymore.
I feel like it's 50-50 now, especially like maybe just in my area. But I feel like it's kind of like 50-50 now. Like
Yijing, he'll wear it, but not as often as he used to. But like he'll still wear it in certain places. Like, well, I wear mine at church because like thousands of people go, and I'm like, ugh.
You're in a small space.
So I definitely mask up in there. But I mean, I wear my mask everywhere I go in public. Oh
yeah, for sure. If I'm going inside a building for like all the time.
I feel really weird. Like even being outside around people, I need to put my mask. I feel like I need to put my mask on.
Did you get the vaccine?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I have my thoughts about it. Like I know I'm not against it. I just
for
have
you personally.
But for me personally, I'm not at peace with it. So like, I think eventually I will get it, just not right now.
Now we got the boosters.
Yeah. Like, yeah, totally. If you feel at peace about getting it and you want to get it. Like, I'm for it. You do you. Like, I know eventually I probably will get it. Right now at this time in my life, I'm just not at peace with it. I know it sounds very odd, but I'm just not at peace.
Yeah. I'm all for everyone making their own choice about it. Whatever you want to do. Just don't be stupid.
Yeah, like I wear my mask everywhere.
Yeah, so. Like not even just that. Just like don't be like rude or mean about it.
Yeah,
like we were so we had to take a bus in between the parks at Disney, and we were sitting on one bus, and I noticed this older guy that was by himself, kind of like staring at the back of the bus. And I was like, what the frick is he staring at? He was like looking at these people for a while. And then all of a sudden he got up and was like, masks are required inside the bus, which they are required in the bus. And like the bus driver will stop you and before you get on the bus and be like, put on your mask. It's just like at Disney, it's like if you're indoors or any sort of closed space, you have to wear a mask. And so this guy's yelling at these people, and all of a sudden they're like, sit down, shut up. Like, they're just being rude to each other. And I was just like, what the frick is happening inside of the bus in Disney? And the bus driver came on the intercom, was like, if you're inside the bus, you have to wear a mask. Just put it on. I don't want to deal with it. And I was like, this poor man is having a rough. And I was like, I bet it's this shit every day.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, it's just a simple rule. For everyone's safety. I'm like, just put on the freaking face mask. You can take it off the minute you leave. We're on the bus for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But why would you come? I just don't understand like the concept of coming on and then just taking it off. And then afterwards, and I was just like, head down. This is not me. This is not my problem. None of this is my problem. I'm not having this. But like, the guy the guy that was yelling at people at first to put on the mask got off. And then I saw this dude book it off the bus to go chase this man down and like yell at him. And then like these other people are like, good for you. Like, good for you for standing up for our rights. And I was like, oh my God, not here.
No, not at Disney.
You guys are just missing the point. Like, I was just like, so dumb. And like, they're like, high fives for you for telling him off for like the mask thing. It's so stupid. You're like, they're like, you shouldn't be like, why are you at Disney if you're worried about COVID? I was like, that's not necessarily a bad point, but why are you just being so ignorant about this? I'm just like, I just understand, like, it's for the safety of everyone. No one's oppressing you.
Yeah.
just like you, like, fine, do whatever you want to do. Just don't put other people at risk for your dumb thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just you do you. I mean, just keep safe and keep trying to make sure everyone else
smart.
is safe.
Just be smart and be courteous.
It's like, so hard.
You live in a world with other people in it who are having their own issues. Like, be courteous and considerate of others. Yeah. That's all I would ask anyone.
Like, it is not even, no one is making you do anything extreme here.
Yeah, they're not like making you rip your heart out and give it to somebody else. It's just like, put a freaking mask on. You have
just a piece of cloth in your face when you're inside for like 10 minutes. It's just the simplest thing. But I guess the fault is trying to make other people care for other people.
Yeah, it's so hard for people nowadays, which is just sad.
I was just like, why? Okay. Just you stay over there and die. I don't care. Like, you're just being dumb.
Though I have noticed that like I'm starting to break out a lot on my face around where my mask is.
Mask knee is a very real thing.
Like, it's like around like my chin and like my jowl area.
Jowls?
My jowls. Like,
we're not old enough for jowls yet.
It's genetic.
Well, that's the thing that happened.
But, it is what it is. Yeah. I've accepted it. But, yeah, like, and where my corner of my mouth is, like, down and, like, going around, like, my cheek area. Yeah, I've noticed really bad lately, just because I've been wearing my mask so much.
Yeah.
Like,
Masking.
I guess it's starting to catch up with me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that was... I remember seeing several articles about it when we first started doing masks. But did you see Eric Nam tour?
Yes! Yes, his new song is really good.
I do like it a lot.
I like it.
I would marry Eric Nam.
I would too. Sorry, babe.
Does he listen?
No, he's never heard of it. I don't think he's never heard of Eric Nam. Though he does know, like, whenever he was younger, he would listen to, like, K-pop girl bands, like girl groups.
Oh, he was a girl group stand?
Yes.
That makes sense. They always are.
He's like, Taeyeon! Like, if... I'm like...
Was he SNSD? Was he Girls' Generation?
I think he like Girls' Generation.
Uh-huh.
Like the older groups.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Like, was he like 21?
No, not to anyone. I think it was Girls' Generation, and he might have liked SNSD. I don't talk about it much. Huh?
Are
what?
they the same?
SNSD?
Yeah.
And Girls' Generation?
Are those two different groups?
I think so. Maybe.
I thought they were the same.
I can't remember. I honestly didn't.
That's
not
my era and not my thing.
Yeah, I honestly don't follow girl groups.
Mm-hmm.
Except, like...
You guys flopped.
Yeah. But, yeah. But today we got a Google Home.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were setting it up and he's like, hey, Google. What was that? I don't know. Oh, it was our ice machine. Sorry.
Okay. What was your dog doing?
It might have been my dog on the door. Anyway, we were setting up our Google Home and he's like, hey, Google, play J Cho. I'm like,
God damn it!
I'm like,
one day he's gonna come over here. He's gonna have a blast and be like, my nemesis.
I was like, no, and I automatically thought of you. I was like, Bethany's on her way over here.
You gotta turn it off.
Like, you can't be playing J Cho. She'll kill it.
Hey Google, shut up. J Cho out my face. I haven't had a J Cho incident lately, so
that's good. That's good. We were on the couch watching YouTube on the TV, and he brought up J Cho on there. I'm like, frick. And it was like a couple of his old videos, like when he first came out into like the scene, and I'm like, these are awful videos.
Oh my god, there's something that just like, oh man, oh my god, I saw someone's doing a TikTok because they're comparing, I guess in one of the award shows, I think last year, TXT did a cover of a JYP song. So they compared the two. They're like, I don't understand why TXT just ate up his song. The man should be embarrassed, which he should be. But JYP, they showed a clip of his old music video. And I was sitting there watching it. It was kind of a bad quality. It was kind of like a 70s, like disco kind of style. And I was looking at the back there. It says like, that's interesting there. I was like, oh, did he actually get black people? Nope. Everyone was in blackface.
No!
Pro. And I was like, what the frick?
No!
90s. Like, this is a recent thing.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh, look at that. Like, I was like, oh my god, we had diversity in a nope. No.
Nope.
It was very racist.
Oh my god.
I hate this man. And the man is friends with R. Kelly. Like, he took like a girl group to an R. Kelly party. When it was one of the older ones he had.
They should have asked them, like, at his trial. Like, come to the trial.
What happened? I was like, some of those girls did not come back the same.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. Like,
no.
And he is like a blackaboo for real. Like, my man is concerning. I hate him. Anyways.
Ugh.
Gross. He's a gross man.
Ugh.
Which ran up, since we're on the subject of K-pop, it feels like every few months we get an article or a scandal that reminds us that men ain't shit. Because if you haven't been paying attention, noticing, there's a whole scandal about this new rising K-pop star, Kim Sun-ho. Did you hear about this?
Oh, is he the one that like convinced his girlfriend to get an abortion? Yep. Yeah. Because he was just in a show. He was just in a drama. I was ready. Because he just started getting popular. Popular. Because he was in Startup. And that's where he got like... people started noticing. He's been in like a variety show called 2 Days, 1 Night. Yeah, he left that show because of his scandal. Yep, they're like, we're editing him out. And at first, like when these things happen, because it's always like a rumor, and you're like, okay, he's just getting popular. Maybe someone's just throwing some shit out. And then but the reason you believe it is like he starts losing deals and and people are like, we're editing him out of the show. And then he apologized and admitted to it. I was like, no, shit. I was stupid. Sorry. I was on my list to watch what next. Because he was in Hometown Cha Cha Cha. Yeah. As the lead. And I was like, and I've been he's just been in my feed and I've been learning more about him. He had a rough life. Apparently he lived in like a poor area and he witnessed his mom get stabbed as a child from like a robber in their house. Like, and he's like, yeah, that's why I'm afraid of crowded places. I was like, of course you are. My God. But then men ain't shit because he got a girl pregnant, convinced her to get an abortion, and then on promise that he would marry her. And then he broke up with her immediately after. What? That's messed up. That's shit. God. Why? The bar is so low. Why must you dig a hole? It's on the ground. Why must you go deeper? Don't be a piece of shit. That's all we ask. It's so bare minimum. We don't ask for much. Just don't be an asshole. That's all we ask for. And you decide to ruin it every time. And I was like, my heart been broke so many times. I can't do this anymore. I swear to God. I swear if any of my olds come out with something, I'll be like, you know what? Fuck all this. I'm done. I'm out. That would be it. That'll be my 13th reason. Any of my olds, I'm looking at you. BTS and ATEEZ and GOT7 and One We. God, if any of them, I'd be like, you know what? Heart would shatter. For reals. BTS, the whole entire world would riot. Oh my God, the whole world would go on fire if something came out. Oh my God. Like whenever Jungkook got in the car accident. Yeah. Oh my God. That was a big deal over nothing. Yeah. But like people were like up in arms. Been in the news. Like no, we should have known about it. And then did you see the recent thing with Tay? No. So apparently, he went to like some art gallery and there was like, and he was there and someone took secret pictures of him because I think it was like a private viewing and released them. And he was like standing next to this girl. Like they got a picture of him like with this girl. And I think he was with their family and people like, of course, immediately took to fire. And like we're like, he's with this girl, they're in a relationship, and apparently she and her family owns like a jewelry brand. And he was wearing like a piece of their jewelry while they're there. They're like, oh, they're dating, to the point where they started harassing the girl and her family, and she had to take down like immediately all of her socials and caught like all this fire, and to the point where V actually came on Weavers and like said some like cryptic things, like didn't exactly say what was going on, but he was like a couple frustrated messages about okay, so that's what it was, because I knew he had gotten on there and was like making a lot of angry faces, and I was like, what's going on? But I didn't really read into it, but I knew that something was going on, that there were some rumors there, and I'm like, people need to chill. I know. They need to live their life too. Yeah. Like, let them do their thing. If they want to freaking date, let them date. Leave them alone. And I was just thinking about how differently celebrities are treated. Yeah. There are some deplorable things that have happened and like people do in America Yeah.
Like American celebrities that do just deplorable things, but we still inundated with their faces all the time.
Yeah.
But then someone, like a celebrity in Korea, like does one tiny thing and it just sinks their career. Like I was thinking about a few months ago, there's another like minor actor that was kind of getting big. Mm-hmm. And like, I guess so. And it's always like some rumor on some random forum mm-hmm. that no one's even said anything, but apparently one of his ex-girlfriends came out and was like, oh, he's a cheater. He cheated on me. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really read into it much, but my understanding was like, he just was maybe a bad boyfriend, mm-hmm.
Which is, you know, it happens.
Yeah. Some people are just terrible boyfriends, but but the minute that came out, I don't even know if he apologized, but the show came out and was like, oh, we're going to edit his scenes out. Mm-hmm. Immediately. And the show was still running. Like they had 2 episodes left and like the man went dark. And I was like, something like that, though it sucks. And it's like, as a human, that's just gross, mm-hmm. but that shouldn't sink your career. Like that shouldn't affect you professionally. Mm-hmm. There's tons of terrible people that I've worked with before mm-hmm. that are just awful human beings. But that doesn't, like, there should be a line between personal and professional.
Yes.
And that should be allowed for celebrities as well, even if they do live their lives publicly. Yeah. There should be consequences if they do something absolutely wrong, but let the fans mm-hmm. dictate that and not necessarily like brands and stuff like that. There's like a line that should be made and we shouldn't expect them to be perfect. Mm-hmm. I was like, when it comes to like K celebrities, I feel like they're supposed to have this perfect, pure mm-hmm. sort of imagery. Like they don't ever do anything wrong. And I was like, that's not feasible. Mm-hmm.
Like you have to realize, you have to remember like they're human beings just like you and I, mm-hmm. and yeah, they're in the public eye and mm-hmm. they've chosen to do that, but they're also human beings and they are not perfect. They have flaws and they want to live life just like us. Yeah. You know,
like they've
done some stupid stuff.
We all have.
Sure, like we all have. Yeah. So, and sometimes I think fans take the word idol to be literal. Yeah. Like, they're not gods. Mm-mm. They're not omniscient or whatever they are. Like mm-hmm. they're human beings. They're not actual idols. Yeah. And they're not perfect. Yeah. You can't take that term literally with a human being.
Like enjoy the things that they put out there in mm-hmm. the world. Mm-hmm. If you don't necessarily agree with it, fine, move along. You don't have to support that. But let them have their life.
Yeah. Leave them alone.
Leave Brittany alone. It was just like, I don't know. But like, I think there should be consequences for the actions. Yeah. Whether that was depending on what it is, professionally or not. Mm-hmm. Like, mm-hmm. Let that be decided. If they're a criminal, put them away for sure. Like
for sure.
For sure, let them go. But
yeah, like have you heard of the Chris Wu issue?
Holy crap! Oh my god, that shocked me so much.
Oh yeah, Yijing's been kind of following it. Okay. Because it's been in like the Chinese news and stuff. And,
yeah, I get a little bit of the Chinese news.
Yeah, like.
Did you see
it's craziness.
Did you see the one like announcer that had that little whole headline about it?
Which one?
It was so funny because he like did a whole bunch of digs in it. It was really funny. I don't remember what it was exactly, but it was just I have to find it. But it was like I can't remember right now. I have to find it. It was on TikTok. It was like he's like I have to find it because it was just so good. Anyways, but it was like a solid dig at him. Like did not hold back. Did not care about no one's feelings.
Well, like they had pictures of him in like the holding cell. Like
what?
Yeah, like it was like like they like he was in I guess a holding cell with a bunch of other dudes.
Oh, my man ain't gonna survive.
No, he's not.
He's a tiny little baby.
And like they were all asleep. Like, they get cots or whatever. Mm-hmm. And, like, he would, like, they found him, like, in, like, the room.
Wait, who found him?
Some weird people who
okay, so that's
somehow get information. They think it's him, and I'm like, yeah, it kind of looks like him. And I'm like, okay.
Okay, that's a little like, you know what? Maybe not that. We don't need that. That's fine.
No.
Sussing fans can go to hell. Like, don't do that. That's too much.
Yeah, it was that whole issue.
Right in jail, my mans.
Yeah, that's bad.
Gross.
Bad.
Again, they every once in a while they come out and it's like, men ain't shit. Don't trust them. You don't trust them.
Yeah, they're the lucky few who get some good guys, but
why is there only a few good guys? Why can't it be more good guys and like maybe a few bad apples?
I don't know. We're flawed human beings.
We let men get away with too much.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Because they've always had the power, but we coming back.
You thought we were sleeping.
Oh. You thought we had no power. Oh, we've been waiting for this.
Yes.
Okay,
so talk about ladies in power.
What?
Where's Kamala Harris?
Kamala?
Our
VP?
Our VP, yeah. Where's she at?
I don't know. I don't keep up with those peoples.
She like disappeared.
Oh.
Well, I haven't heard anything about her in the news or anything. Like, where'd she go?
VPs don't get a lot of.
I don't know. Like, I would think that the first female vice president in the United States, like, yeah, like, where'd she go?
That is true. I haven't heard much about her. Though I don't hear too much about Joe either. Right, more, but I don't remember hearing much about Pence either.
Yeah, I've probably heard more about Pence like the past few months than I did when he was actually in office.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was weird. I was like, I keep hearing about Joe, but I don't hear about Kamala Harris.
Yeah, like VPs don't get a lot of...
Am I saying her name right? Kamala? Or is it Kamala?
I think it's Kamala, but I don't know.
I mean, I always just call her Kamala.
Kamala? I thought it was Kamala, but I'd have to look it up.
I don't know. I was like, where'd she go?
I don't hear much about VPs too much.
I don't know. Anyways.
I don't know where she's been at. I don't know, doing things. She did something recent, maybe a few months ago, that people were like, well, but...
I don't know.
Something about the border. She did some speech about the border.
Maybe she went down to the border. Maybe that was the last time I heard. I don't know, but it's been a hot minute since I've heard anything from her or about her.
Yeah, that's weird.
She disappeared.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not. But
I've heard more about Biden's dogs than I have of Kamala, which is a little sad, actually.
Yes, they had to put one down.
Yeah. Poor Major. Major's from the streets. Y'all put him up in the White House, and you shouldn't have.
He's a hot mess.
Major's like, you can't lock me up in this way.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Major. Yeah. Strange. I don't know. I should.
Well, like I don't really follow a ton of political things either, just because it's confusing and depressing and frustrating, but
everything's on fire anyways.
Yeah, I just kind of am like, if it happens, it happens. I guess I'll live with it. That kind of thing. Yeah,
I should be more. I'm so tired with life as it is, and I should be more involved because they are making decisions that affect our lives.
Yeah, that's true.
That they're trying to restrict voting rights in Texas right now. And limit the power of the POC vote, which is annoying. They're gerrymandering right now. It's just upsetting.
Yeah.
To hold power over people, and they're limiting the rights of women, of course. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't even know what I can vote on to even like stop this from happening.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very odd, very weird time in history right now.
We're on the precipice of something changing, but I don't know if it's for the better or for worse.
Just gotta be prepared for both.
I guess. I don't know. Just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
But I do like, there is one podcast I listen to called Hood Politics. I've talked about it before, but he basically, the tagline is politics is just gangbanging and nice suits. So he kind of like breaks down things that happen politically and different. Like he even had a whole section about filibustering.
Okay.
Which I had no clue what it was about before. And he actually brought in his friend that used to be a filibuster to break it down and explain things. And he like would explain like things that happen in a way that's like understandable for the common man. Like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And it puts it into like hood terms, because he's like, I've never been a gang or affiliated, but he's like, I never did gang banging, but he grew up around it and had friends and family who were in it, so he understood the streets in a way, but he just explains it in a way that makes sense.
It makes sense. People.
If anyone wants to check it out, to be like, oh, this is what's happening.
Yeah,
it makes sense for me.
Yeah, I don't necessarily gravitate towards political stuff just because I'm confused by a lot of things in life. Yeah. Anyways,
most of life is confusing. Why confuse it more?
The majority of my adult life has been spent very confused.
I think that's what adulthood is. You're just confused.
And so I try not to think too much about other things other than what I'm having to deal with, like in the moment.
Yeah.
So, and also it's frustrating and depressing.
Yeah, I definitely I'll be in it and I'll support people who are active. I'll support and follow people who are activists, so I know, but there's not a lot that I do myself, unfortunately. Because I'm just like, I only have so much capacity. Yeah. This is where I could, and I'm just like a background person as it is. Like, I will support from afar and be aware, at least somewhat aware, of what's going on. But that's kind of my limit. I was like, all of life is just going on at once, and there's only so much capacity I have.
Yes, very true. Yeah. I just take it one day at a time. Yeah. I've been having work has been absolutely crazy for me this past week, and I haven't been able to think of anything else.
Man, it gets that way sometimes.
Yeah, so it happens. Yeah, like I had an event on Wednesday that we had to plan in a week.
Oh no!
They do everything last minute at my new job. Kind of crazy.
So frustrated.
So we planned it all. And it was out in Decatur. Our bosses have a property in Decatur, which is like an hour away. Yeah, that's hour and 20 minutes away. And I had to go 3 times.
Nope.
I went Wednesday, Tuesday, and then the Wednesday before.
Oh.
And this past Wednesday, I was there from 9:30 in the morning till about 9 at night.
No.
For the actual, it was like a leadership retreat.
Oh.
And it was okay. I spent most of the day running around doing stuff for people, but I got to leave early on Thursday and Friday because I had spent all day there on Wednesday. So I'm like, yes.
At least they do that.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, you can leave at 4.
Okay. 4 is not that early.
It is when you originally have to leave at 5:30. So it's like an hour and a half early, which I'll take it. It's fine. True. And then I got a new freelancing client.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's been an adventure.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I quoted them 5 hours. I've spent 8 hours on their stuff.
Oh, gosh.
It's just... Yeah. So I've been spending a lot of time after work doing stuff, and I'm like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
So yeah, this past week's been a hot mess.
Oh, I feel you. Yeah, I've been trying. I'm doing this course for work. I'm trying to finish up before it ends. Which, like, it apparently it gives you like 2 months to complete the course. And I was like, that's plenty of time. I'm like, oh no, it was not. So I tried to finish it up before the end of the month when it, like, I'll have to renew it, and it's like you basically pay the same price you paid for the course to renew it for. It just extends it for a month, and I was like, it shouldn't cost as much as I took. I paid to take it originally, so I'm trying to finish it up.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not even paying for it, my work is, which is nice. You've made that deal, but I just don't want to unnecessarily, like, have to charge them more money.
Yeah. Yeah, you better get it done.
I know. It's been nice because this week was kind of a little slow at work, so I actually spent most of my Friday afternoon just going through the course. Which I'll probably just do that this week because it's slowed down for me a bit. So,
like, how many like classes is it?
So it's like one class, but it has like 9 little sections in it. And I have like 3 more to go, and each section takes me about an hour or 2 to get through. Okay. So it's just reading through, but I'm a slow reader and I take notes. And then there's like a quiz at the end that you have to pass. So I'm just making sure I get all the notes down. So
key notes, yeah.
Because you only get to take it once.
Oh.
If you want to take it again, you have to pay for it.
Ew.
Yeah, they charge a lot for things, and I'm like, I don't know if you necessarily do. Like, I don't know. I feel like we charge a little extra, but it's the course that. And like right now, I'm checking it out because I can get a certification through it to be like a purchasing like it's a purchasing certification that I can get through it. But we're doing me and my manager are taking it to get the one course together just to try it out to see if they want me to pursue the certification.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see. I have my own like feelings about it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I'll get more out of the other courses once I go through it. This course was just for me. Because part of it was they're using a lot of their stuff they're basing off of is older data that I was like, oh.
Is this outdated?
Yeah, like it was like data from the 70s.
Oh.
So, like you can't like
that's too far back.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't, and I'm like, granted they say we've based a lot of this off of it, but I was like, if this is like your main base, I don't know. And it's kind of like a generalization of things. I was like, okay. But if I don't, I'll have to find another certification thing. So anyways,
yeah.
Anyways, I know it's for my betterment, but I'm like, but do I really? But do I really want to do it? I know it's for my good, but it's a professional development. I'm okay. Just leave me with my numbers. I stopped going to school for a reason. I could be getting a master's right now, but I was like, no, thank you. I'm done.
I've been thinking a lot about going to school lately.
Really?
I was like, I just don't know right now. I stopped. I didn't pursue a master's, for a reason. I was done with school.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, maybe it would have been good to get like a marketing degree and a master's in marketing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm good for right now.
Yeah, I just,
I'm having a hard time learning Chinese. So
I'm already doing so many other things.
Yeah. It's like anyway.
Chinese is very hard though.
It is hard, y'all. I haven't studied though in like a week.
Oh, okay. Life happens.
Yeah. But anyways. Yeah. I got henna. Did you see that?
I saw that. I was going to ask you, when did this happen?
So it happened on Wednesday.
Okay.
My beads, like, I also made this bracelet while out at the event. These are like the 2 outcomes that I got to have on my own.
Okay.
So it was henna on my hand and this bracelet that I made.
Cute.
And
very pretty.
the beads are still like fading. Like they were like painted with like, so my wrist is red.
Oh no.
And it's freaking paint from the freaking things from the beads. And they're like cheap beads.
Oh well.
Yeah. So yeah, they brought henna ladies out there.
Oh nice.
So I was like, yay, henna, because I love henna.
It's so pretty.
I love henna. And she's like, what do you want? Like, I can do just about anything. Do you want me to do my own thing? Or do you have an idea in mind? I was like, just do it. And I was like, as long as there's a flower on it, I'm good. And so she did. She made this really cool pattern. So yeah, one guy, he's bald. Mm-hmm. He was there and he got henna and he got the Mike Tyson tattoo on his head and he didn't know what henna was. He thought it was just like something you could rub off at the end of the day.
Oh boy. Did they not?
Nope.
Did they not? They
didn't say a word. They're like, they didn't tell anybody like how to take care of it. They're like, just let it dry. And so I had henna quite a few times before. So I was like, I know how to handle this. But this guy, we're all like, you do realize this is going to stain your skin. Like,
that's the point.
Like,
it's not a face
it's going to last for a while.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's going to last a long time.
You know what? If I was the henna designer, I would not tell him. I'd be like,
no.
I would definitely let this one play out to its own because that'd be really funny later.
Yeah. Like this tall, skinny, bald, white guy.
Oh my God, amazing. Oh yeah, I would purposely like, oh no, it'll definitely rub off later.
Like, yeah, I think he went and actually like rubbed it off. He went and like wiped it off his face. There's still just a little tiny little, like when we saw him, we're like, yeah, oops,
dummy. Awesome.
Jeez.
Oh, I love it when people just be dumb.
Oh God, it was kind of funny.
Oh like, yeah. Oh, so much. I'd be like, oh no, it's definitely gonna rub off later.
Yeah.
I'd say how long it's gonna take you to rub that off.
Yeah, but like almost everybody got henna that night.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
I love henna so much. Like I'll get distracted. Like if I'm on like Facebook and I see like a henna video, I'm like staring at it, just watching it.
Yeah,
I love henna videos. Amazing. Love it. Yes.
Yeah. What's going on in our life? How long have we been talking for?
About an hour and 33 minutes.
Holy crap! We need to start timing ourselves.
I know. God. Yeah. Oh well.
That's fine. You guys will listen to it. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
I honestly haven't been looking at our stats. I guess I should. But I get like emails every once in a while that say like how many people downloaded the episode. I was like, okay, so people are listening.
Some people are. Yeah,
my mom, I talked to her this morning. She's like, yeah, I listened to your last episode. Y'all are really funny.
Thanks, Camille's mom.
She's like, y'all aren't really talking about anything in particular, but y'all are really funny together. I'm like, thanks, Mom.
Oh, that's our whole thing.
It's like, thanks, Mom.
Yeah, I tell everyone our vibe is like, we're just like your two friends talking about nothing in the corner.
Yeah. Anything goes. Anything goes.
Every time I yell. It's mainly just Camille talking logically and then I'm yelling. It's the only time I get to yell.
Yeah. It should be like the yelling patatas.
The yelling patata and then like the quiet one. The one yelling.
No. We both have our moments.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
We both have our moments.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess.
I one of my coworkers the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went into the kitchen to throw something away, and he didn't hear me coming. He was like, "Oh my god!"
Who?
I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
I don't need a name drop out here. It's fine. it was just really funny. Because they always joke that I don't take a lot of space. I'm just so quiet. Mm-hmm. So there's like, oh yeah, Bethany's still here. I'm like, yeah.
Like, oh.
So my mom used to yell at me all the time because she's like, stop walking around the house like a ghost. You make some noise. It's like, because I'm with a blanket over me too. And it's just not great. Especially now when it's dark. I didn't do it on purpose. I was just like walking to go get something, but I can't help that I'm quiet. When I walk around, I don't make a lot of noise.
You should, that show that we were watching, the Ghost Bride?
Yeah.
You know how the ghosts were on like those 2-wheeled things, like those things. You should like scoot around, because like sometimes I'll do that with my husband. Like he'll be in the kitchen and I'll be like kind of like shuffling my feet, but I'm going really fast and it looks like I'm gliding. It's weird. I'm like, and he's like, what are you doing? And it's like,
she knew that when I walked around the cue ball, just go by really fast. I'm like, what the frick is this happening? It's just Bethany.
It's me. All right. Well, I guess we should probably drop off.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to us. Go watch Great British Baking Show.
Yes. Catch up, y'all. If y'all haven't watched it.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, you're missing out.
Yeah, you are. How do we usually... I always forget how we end this thing.
We just say bye.
Follow us on this.
Oh, yeah.
Couch Potatoes Pod.
Couch Potatoes Pod. We don't update it, but...
We're there.
We are there.
I don't see.
And we get notifications.
I don't. I'm a terrible host.
Oh, gosh. All right. Bye.